Do you want to know one way that's super simple and that can speed up your results drastically?
I don't think you're worth the trouble, trouble. I think it's
All right, as humans, I hate to say it, but we're actually pretty lazy people. We like to take the path of least resistance. We don't like things to be challenging. So with that in mind, we can use that to our advantage by making poor choices, that being our decisions, our habits, and the choices we make. By making those more difficult to do, we can better set ourselves up for success. All right, here's two scenarios. Scenario one. You're sitting at home on a Sunday night. You get up from the couch. You walk into the kitchen, grab a spoon out of one of the drawers, open up the freezer, grab a pint of ice cream, go sit back down on the couch, start eating, hit play, go back with what you were doing. That's scenario one. Scenario two, you get up off the couch. You have to put some pants on that are actually appropriate to wear out in public. You're gonna throw a hat on because your hair looks like crap because you haven't done anything all day. Then you have to track down your keys and wallet. Once you track down your keys and wallet, you start to go outside, realize it's raining, crap, go back in, get your rain jacket. You see where this is going. We finally get to the grocery store. Then we go in, we pick out our favorite flavor of ice cream. As we're going to the checkout line, we run into that neighbor. You know, the one that we really don't want to see in public, but because they're our neighbor, we kind of have to pretend like we like them anyway. So then we're going to sit there and have a conversation for 15 minutes, even though it's not really a conversation, because a conversation involves two people, right? And there's only one person talking. And the whole time they're talking, you're sitting there just dreaming up, how do I cut this short without coming across as a rude jerk? Eventually, you break free of them. You get to the checkout counter, you pay for your ice cream, you walk back outside, only now it's raining cats and dogs. As you're running across the parking lot, you step into a puddle, so now your pants are soaking wet. Things are getting worse by the minute. You finally get in your car, you're driving home, but you're stressed out because your windows are fogging up because it's raining cats and dogs. Finally, you get home, you go inside, now you're exhausted and you're frustrated and you're still upset about listening to that neighbor talk about their snotty-nosed kid that you know is a brat because you hear all about it. Finally, you sit down, you're eating your ice cream, you're unhappy about it, and you're eating it just in a fit of rage. But because you're upset, that's not enough. Now, after you finish your ice cream, you go back into the kitchen and you smash some chips and salsa. And a half a bottle of wine later and 3 Snickers later, you realize, oh my gosh, what have I just done? Now you're upset because you're miserable because you realize you just wasted 2 weeks of effort in the gym. Okay, so maybe that's a slight exaggeration from how things generally work, but you get my point. Scenario one and scenario two. All right, in scenario one, it was easy. We don't have to think about what we did. We just go grab the ice cream, we sit down, and we go back to our day. It's a very simple choice. But with scenario two, having to jump through all those small hurdles in order to get what we want makes us think twice. It makes us say, you know what, is this really worth it? Or you know what, I don't feel like getting dressed to go get that. Have you ever said that? Because I know I have. So think about how we can apply that to our health. Take all this stuff and make it more difficult to do. Instead of putting the candy jar out on the counter where it's front and center right in front of you, where you can grab a handful every time you walk out the door, put it in the basement, put it in a pantry, put it somewhere out of sight, out of mind. Put it to where it's harder to get to. This also applies on the opposite end. Make healthier choices easier to do. Buy vegetables that are already cut up that you could snack on, or cook some healthy options in advance so that when you get hungry and when you're desperate, you've got things that are easy to grab to and easy to reheat. All right, so this works both ways. Keep in mind that we're lazy. So when you're thinking about what you want to do or how to improve your results, make the bad stuff harder to do and make the good stuff easier to do.